Okay, well, it's Gardenville here, and Kathryn's sort of on our way, but in the meantime...
Here I am, here I am.
Here she is.
I'm always
here she
late.
Is. All ears to hear what I'm doing.
How are you? Are you noticing anything?
Oh, excuse me. Yes.
Aren't they fabulous?
Those are rather good.
Well, I'll tell you. Now, these are town and country boots. And
Towny, yes, that suits, yeah.
Absolutely it does. And what you can do is you buy the boot, okay, as is, and then you can have, which is a boot like that. I'll just take it
on
off.
to me here.
Like this, okay?
Yeah.
And then inside you can buy the separate, which is
the liner.
the liner.
Keep your feet
So
warm.
when you are outdoors doing whatever, you can just wear the liner with the boot, put it on, and you're ready. Out in freezing cold weather. And I'll tell you, they are so comfy.
Good.
They really are comfy, and they're snug around here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's sort
And
of
you've
stop
got your
all the...
your strap.
Oh yeah, now
and
tell me.
you can tighten it or loosen it,
Yeah,
obviously. You've got
yeah.
plenty of play there for...
Yeah, aren't they fantastic?
They're rather smart.
Yeah, well anyway, there you go. So I thought I just would show those off to you today, Susan.
Yes,
So what are we doing?
What we're doing here, I've got some berries of Cotoneaster horizontalis, which
Okay.
is a very common Cotoneaster, the herringbone
Yeah.
Cotoneaster, and it's a lovely plant. And just
It's
for
a
a bit of
plant now,
fun.
it's not a hedge, is it?
No. It's a sort of wall climber, or you can have it on
Okay.
a bank or something. Wonderful red berries in the winter, and then these leaves will go almost the colour of your boots
Right.
later.
So
And-
the leaves change as well?
Oh yes, it loses leaves in the winter, but it's a very common plant, most incredible colour. Now, when the berries are ripe, pick them. Now the easy way,
Now
you're
what,
supposed
we're
to get
going to plant these,
we're
are
going
we?
to plant these. Inside these, this is the outside, there are tiny little seeds.
Right.
I don't know if the camera can even pick them up, they're so small.
Right, okay.
But the books say to take the seeds out of these to sow them. Well, that would be a rather laborious
I was
job.
actually thinking, oh
So the
holy.
trick is a bit of sharp horticultural sand, and then grind them between your fingers, and it'll squish the...
Oh, it'll take out the
Yeah, now I could wear my gloves, but I'm not.
seeds.
It'll take out the seeds,
Okay.
and then you
That's a
literally
great
just...
little tip, isn't it?
And then you literally just sow the resulting sort of squidge onto some compost.
Okay,
And there's another one there.
right.
Onto some compost. A little bit more ordinary garden compost on top.
Yeah,
You can water them in or not, because you're going to be leaving...
that's... You're recycling your pots,
Yeah,
I see.
recycling
Yeah,
the
good
pots.
for
Yeah,
you.
bit of ordinary compost. There you are. Give them a water in. And it says in a cold frame, but I would just leave them. They can take up to 18 months to germinate, these things.
18 months?
18 months. You've got to be patient sometimes.
So
in your
where do you
garden.
put this now?
It says in a cold frame. I would tend to just put it somewhere out of the sun, maybe a north wall somewhere, and just...
And so it's okay throughout the winter in the
It'll
freezing
be okay
cold weather
throughout
and
the
all
winter.
that?
I would think outside, yeah. And then you
And
can
Susan,
look...
so what, I mean, we're looking, what sort of a plant are we going to get from something like
Well,
this?
you're going to start small, so you're going to be a
Yeah.
while before you're getting your plant. We can do next summer, we can do ordinary softwood cuttings, which will be faster. But
Right.
this is fun for children.
This is bringing
to sow
it
things.
straight
Yeah,
back to,
Right back
how,
to-
and how you can just not spend any money and
exactly.
just go straight
and
in.
these are sown, these are eaten by birds, and then the seeds are deposited around the place and they seed.
Wow, so they'd actually self-seed themselves,
They'd actually
would they?
self-seed themselves to a certain extent.
Right,
Yeah,
okay,
you'll find them
okay.
out. But this is a way of sowing them, and then water them in and leave them somewhere under north wall.
And then when you get some growth in them, you
when you
replant
get some growth
them
in,
then?
you prick them out, and you can either line them out somewhere to
Right.
grow on until they're ready for their final position, or pop them on.
And what exactly again do you call these?
That's Cotoneaster horizontalis, the herringbone Cotoneaster.
Okay, well, there you go, another great lesson from Susan. A great tip about mixing the sand with the actual
other than you're sort of picking
berry.
your way through it, you just get
Oh
them
yeah,
a
you'd be there
scrunch
all
in your
day.
hand.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's terrific. If you've done something similar to us, or you would like to talk to Susan about doing something, planting or growing something else, do contact us at gardenville.tv. We'd love to hear from you. We are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, and any good photographs you've got of your garden, send them in to us. We'd love to hear from you.
Now here's one before we go that you can do the same with. These are berries off the Sorbus, the rowan tree.
Right, okay.
Exactly the same process. Scrunch them up with the sand and sow them in the same way and leave them outdoors and let them get on with it.
Okay, so really what we're talking about is getting the seeds from the berries.
Yeah,
Isn't that
it's getting the seeds out of the berries,
the trick,
sow
yeah.
the resulting sort of squish, is the way I did the Cotoneasters, and then leaves them outside, and when they've germinated, when they're about so big, sort of prick them out, pot them on, or line them out somewhere for growing on,
Great.
and eventually you'll have trees.
Look forward to talking to you again.